Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. A lot of us experience fear. And I don't mean that kind of fear where you hear a grrr and you're like, F everything and run. No, that's appropriate fear. We love that kind of fear. That's good fear. That's like, oh, that dark alley with people down there with red eyes glowing in the dark. Maybe I shouldn't walk down that alley. So that's a perfect kind of fear. If that's happening to you, experience it, make smart choices, and get out of the fear place. Outside of that, if we're talking about, and this is the only place fear really ever exists, folks, is anticipation of the future. Fear is a powerful contagion, and it's a powerful teacher. We're going to talk about both those angles, both those aspects. Now, how it's able to destroy you, ruin every single manifestation that you're possibly working on, put you in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's an adage that says, what you fear, you draw near. And that's true. Because when you fear things, you're thinking about them. You're putting focus on them. It's a focus-based universe, right? Everything you focus on is what you create more of. If you focus on something mundane, you'll be surprised how much mundane stuff happens in your life. If you focus on a beach ball, for example, you'll have beach balls show up in your life. If you focus on more money, more income, more revenue, if you focus on love, more love from within myself, being more loving to myself, being more experiencing of love, you'll find that you attract way more love to you. It's a focus-based universe. Now, there's only one particular place that we are able to create. A lot of people think it's manifesting techniques. That's how you change your focus. And there's truth that manifesting techniques will follow the rule of the one place that you can actually manifest. And that's in the present moment. Right now, present moment. If I take the present moment and I focus on things that I would like to desire, if I focus on things that I'd like to experience, if I focus on things that I'd like to have in my life, then I'm making use of the present moment to create the outcomes that I desire. And I'm doing it consciously. Now, if I'm thinking about the past, if I'm worried about the past, if I'm worried about, I've got regrets about, I've got sorrow about that thing that happened, and I'm using my current moment to think about things that bring me down energetically, that bring me into a place of feeling sorrow, regret, anger, not fear typically, but those types of emotions, then what are you doing? Focus-based universe, you're focusing on negative emotions, you're focusing on negative experiences, and you're one of these people that's hoping to manifest something, say a relationship, for example, but you can't seem to let go of the fact that you guys had that fight, and that fight where you said that horrible thing about his manhood being too small or whatever. Like, that can't be taken back. So now all of a sudden, you've got this regret going on, this sorrow inside of you, this anger maybe because of the response that happened. Maybe they said something horrible to you and we're still holding on to that anger and we constantly focus on it. You're creating more negative outcomes in your life. You're creating more of what you've already experienced in the past by focusing on the past. It's one of the many reasons why whenever I talk about manifesting, do not look in the rearview mirror. Do not look at where you're currently at. Look at where you're trying to go. Period. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The secret to success. Focus on where you want to go and your success will follow. Always does. If you're focused on the past and you're focused on things that sucked, maybe even if you're focused on things that were good in the past, it creates a better feeling and you've got a better chance of experiencing more of that. So I would say that's a good thing. But again, spending time in the present moment and realizing what we're focusing about is key. Now, the problem with fear is it's focusing in the future. You're worried about things that haven't happened yet. You're worried about things that you're still working on creating. And so you're worried about what you don't know, right? You're not yet aware of what's there. It's unknown. Again, when you think about the way the world is right now, for many of us, it's a little bit sketchy. A lot of weird stuff going on, a lot of fighting, a lot of polarity in the world, a lot of opposites. Really, it's very, very, very strange. And many people are concerned about what we're going through, what we're experiencing on a larger geopolitical or really soul level, not really political, but the soul level. We're all going through these huge changes, and we're all learning a crash course in manifesting. And the reason we are is because in order for us to be able to move to the next level, to graduate, as I've called it before, in order for us to be able to do that, we have to learn how to focus our energy. Our energy is our attention. What we put our attention on is what we create more of. So when we think about fearful situations in the future, for example, things I'm scared are going to happen, things that might happen, things that could happen, then what I'm doing is putting power towards those situations. Now, I find personally one of the best ways to solve the fear problem is with affirmations. One, keying in on the I am concept, the very important fact of the I am. All the statements should be I am, and one of the things to keep in mind in that process is we were made in His image and likeness, and when He was at one point asked, what is your name? He said, I am. And he's like, huh? And he's like, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am being. I am consciousness. I am alive. I am aware. When that part of you makes a declaration, that declaration's exceptionally powerful. So say you're scared about maybe being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, that's where you turn that around with an I am statement. I am always in the right place at the right time. I am always where I need to be. I am always where I should be to be safe. I am always in the appropriate company to help make sure that I'm in a safe environment. I am always okay. I am always in the proper place. Like when you speak these statements, they are powerful and they overwrite the fear and, get this, they undo the damage of the fear. So you're healing the fear. You're essentially making it get out of here. You're changing what its manifestation was trying to do to your life. And you're creating a future that will be fear-free, if you think about it. The thing that you're concerned about, well, now you just did I am statements, speaking yourself into a positive environment. Now, remember, if, say, for example, you're fearful that you're going to get sick or you're fearful that maybe cancer comes back or something, I hate saying things like that even to put it in people's consciousness. But if those are the fear thoughts you're having, then it's I am healthy. It's not I am not going to get sick again. I am not going to experience X, Y, and Z. That's a bad I am statement. You cannot do an I am negative statement and then throw a not in there or something crazy like that. That creates more of that focus. If you want a healthy living, focus on I am healthy. If you want to have more sickness, then I am not sick. You see how that works? And most of us, of course, don't want more sickness. You hear it works when verbally, but it doesn't work in manifesting, right? You can say not all day long and people understand what you're saying. Universe doesn't. You're focused on the negative thing. You can wrap whatever sweet words around it you want. Ultimately, it's the thing you're focused on. So don't be focused on the fearful things. Be focused on the things you'd like to experience. Be focused on the things where you'd like to go. Work on the focus. Work on controlling what it is you're thinking about. And when I said it's a blessing and a curse, what's the blessing, Dan? Well, the blessing is actually powerful. Fear points out, one, something that you're nervous about, something that you should probably create some affirmations for, something that's going to remind you that my right now is where my creation is. My right now is where I can do what I want. My right now is where I can make a difference in my tomorrow. Tomorrow's not set yet. So when you feel fear creeping in, heck, when you feel anger and sorrow and any of that stuff creeping in, see it for what it is. An indication that you're not focused on where you want to go. Affirmations are the easiest way to move through that. Easy as always. If you've got a few that tend to pop up, then write them down, put them in your phone, whatever you want to do. Say them out loud, say them in your head, depending on how it works. Maybe some people might look down on you if you're out in the middle of the street saying a bunch of I am stuff by yourself. I remember back in the good old days, that was how you told if someone was a little on the crazy side, right? They'd be talking to themselves. Now, you don't even know. They might be on the phone. You never know anymore. Use those statements. Turn that frown upside down, if you will. Get that fear out of here. It's serving a purpose of showing you that you're not focused where you should be. Get your focus back where it belongs, and you're going to see your dreams come true. Dan, Radio Style.